All right, so that's game number 4. We're actually going to go to a full 5 games here in this best of 5, so certainly looking forward to that. But that rogue deck has actually proven to be a little bit more resilient than we anticipated. I think, if I'm being honest, maybe partially due to a couple of the plays from the Paladin there. I didn't agree with the Wild Pyromancer right away. That Pyromancer plus Equality combo would have been great later on. Oh, and here we go. It's actually going to be a Shaman.
Yeah, we got Rogue for Shaman. We haven't seen that yet. So that's good.
And this is the special deck that we were talking about.
He was telling us about this one.
That's right. So Zeph was telling us about his Shaman deck. He still holds Shaman as kind of the special place in his heart right now, and he says he has a special one cooked up for us with Earth Elementals.
And Twilight Drake. I mean, those are 2 cards you don't see in Shaman.
Right.
Twilight Drake can make sense sometimes because a lot of times the Shaman will just be toteming, building up cards.
Definitely right.
So it'll be I'm really excited to see this. I mean, Earth Elemental. When's the last time we've seen Earth Elemental in one of the top decks? So
right. It's still a fun card to play around with. There is nothing like a 7/8 taunt in turn 5 or potentially turn 4, but yeah.
So if Black Knight's not being run that much in the metagame, which it isn't being run like a ton here, maybe 30–40% of the time.
Right.
It's a great time for Earth Elemental.
Not prevalent like it was a couple of months ago though.
Yeah. Okay, so you got Shaman Totems there. It's going to be really the style of play from a Shaman. They want to get as many minions on the board and as cheap as possible, which the Totems kind of act as that facilitator.
And this is actually good for our Shaman right now because the Rogue's not really impacting the board. He's had a Dagger twice, he threw out an Argent Squire, and right now we can see just straight up coin Twilight Drake if you wanted to.
I mean, does he have an answer for an Earth Elemental? I don't think he has an assassin.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Assassinated in that. Oh,
we did see Black Knight, didn't we?
We did see
Harrison Jones, Karen, and Black Knight are, I think, all being run in this Rogue deck.
Okay,
Maybe.
Okay. I know we saw. I don't know if we saw it. Did
yeah.
We? Okay.
And I apologize, folks. We actually don't have the deck lists for these, so we're speculating based on what we've seen so far.
With you guys.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, this is kind of an expensive trade here. I mean, it's going to require a lot of cards to get this done. Eviscerate into the Deadly Poison right afterwards. Doesn't have to use the backstab. Clears, but takes 4 damage.
Yeah. Okay. And the next couple turns are going to be really key for the Rogue. The Rogue wants to have board control going into turn 7 with that sprint draw.
Yes.
And that sprint allows you to draw lots of cards there.
Because if you don't have board control, we've seen the emergency sprint used quite a bit as well. That is one of the more satisfying feelings. Is like, oh, what you got? What you got? Oh.
Okay.
Oh, sprint? All right.
Okay,
Ooh.
so he's going to play Flame Tongue there. It's not the ideal, it's not an ideal play with Flame Tongue, given that you usually want to play when you have minions on the board, so you can create this really cost-efficient trade scenario.
Oh, and he can actually backstab it out if he wants to.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to use the. Okay, well, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. He ends up getting 1 extra damage there, though, with the Argent Squire. Yeah,
and this is where you want to be against a Shaman. You want to keep the board as clean as possible. And typically, at least, against the Shamans. But, again, this is a Shaman that has Earth Elemental in it, so it might not be as bad for him. He's going to go ahead and Hex the Azure Drake.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't... The important thing is that he didn't want to overload himself. And, of course, the Earth Elemental, it's a 7/8 taunt for 5.
Blood Knight plays. Blood Knight plays. You're going to turn that Blood Knight into a 6/6.
I'm surprised he didn't actually play the other Argent Squire. Yeah, that's. I was like, as soon as he did that, I was like, wait a second. And he has an extra mana too. I'm sure he's. I'm sure he's not happy with that play.
Gosh, I think he realized it too. He's kind of.
Especially once you know a Shaman's already gone through 1 Hex.
9/9.
I know.
So good. But he does have a big game hunter. Actually, it just keeps him out of big game hunter range.
That's right. So unintentionally, it was actually a better play, believe it or not.
It works out for him.
That's awesome.
So the Black Knight actually might not be a bad play. I mean, the Rogue doesn't have many taunts in it. So
I'm trying to think. Yeah, not that I've seen so far.
He might have an Argus in it. I'm not sure since we haven't seen all the cards yet.
I mean, it does just get steamrolled by the Blood Knight, unfortunately.
Yeah, it does, but at least you're getting something on the board.
Because the problem was if he had used Earth Elemental is cleared by what's on board right now, and that retains board control for the Rogue. So even though it's expensive, even though he has to run a lot of stuff into it, it still gives board control to Rogue when you're overloaded by 3 for the next turn, which can be very painful. Twilight Drake is a really nice draw, though.
Okay, so he's opting for the draw. I think it was definitely it was a smart decision, I think, there. And then he's going to... I think RisingVirtue is still going to be able to clear the board here.
Yeah. He can use backstab and take out the Mana Tide Totem if he wants. And it looks like that's what he's going to do. And he'll clear the rest with his dagger and the Argent Squire and swing for 6 to the face. Now, the one thing that a shaman really doesn't have a lot of is health. So you have to manage your health very closely.
That's right. Yeah, the shaman typically does not run any life gain in it. Let's see what he's hoping to draw here. I feel like he's trying to buy some time to draw something.
Yeah, and now, unfortunately, that Earth Elemental is almost a little bit worse because there's more options for the Rogue right now. Blood Mage Talnos hits first. Defender of Argus makes it a 2-2. But geez, that's not what you want to be doing at this stage if you're a shaman.
It feels like he's trying to buy time for something, and I'm not sure what it is.
I'm waiting for this crazy. Like I'm running through the legendaries in my head right now to see what he's going for.
Maybe he's waiting for Hex, and maybe just a top deck Hex. I can kind of swing things around for him here, but I'm surprised he hasn't played the Earth Elemental yet. I mean, it is Overload of 3, but at this time, I think it's worth at least clearing some of these things on the board.
Yeah, I mean, I agreed not playing it a little bit earlier on when whenever it was going to leave board control, but he should have done it the turn before, maybe even coined into it and just taken the Overload for the next turn.
Yeah, because Lightning Storm, stuff like that is not going to clear this board. I mean, he's still going to be in a terrible spot here. So, RisingVirtue looks in really, really strong position.
I'm not actually sure what he can draw into to solve this.
Okay, there's a Hex. Okay, so he did get that top deck Hex. Last turn.
Oh, there is a Lightning Storm. I don't
actually
see any.
That will do pretty good on the board. If he can Hex the 6/6. Oh, he's going to.
Wait. Why didn't he Hex first? All right, he does get the 3 damage there.
Okay.
And he taunts the Earth Elemental. All right, okay, so he wanted to reserve mana for the Earth Elemental, but the problem is that, again, that's cleared by what's on board right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. I think forcing him to run in there. I think if you played it the other way with Hexing and then Lightning Storm, he might have been left with an Azure Drake on the board.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that could have been a possibility. You're exactly right.
Yeah. Do you Blade Flurry here
for 1 damage? So you don't have to take 7? I mean,
yeah, I think you do with the Leroy Jenkins play because you can remove the whelps too.
Exactly.
All right, so he's going to keep the 6/3 Blood Knight on the table.
Right, and he even keeps the 1/1 alive as well.
Yeah, next turn's looking like it's looking like lethal, honestly.
And don't forget, our shaman only has 4 mana next turn because he Lightning Storm and Earth Elemental, which means he has 5 Overload going into this one. And I don't think 4 mana is going to cut it.
Okay, so he has an Earth Shock. He has to get a Taunt Totem, right?
Yeah.
He got a Taunt Totem.
25% chance.
All right.
I mean, he can Earth Shock the Argent Squire, but that's pretty much. Oh no, it looks like he's just going to do it to the.
Still going to be over though.
Yep.
There you go.
That's GG. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this Rogue deck actually went 3-0 in this set. It was the first deck to actually take out a handlock.
Yeah, and all killed, reverse all killed there, which is really, really awesome. I wouldn't have guessed that the board control Rogue would have done that, but really cool.
All right, so RisingVirtue, well done there.